Welcome to this moment. And today I'm gonna be guiding you on this beautiful, deep meditation in which we are gonna focus on self-respect, self-acceptance, whatever those words mean to you. What you're gonna discover is gonna be something different than you thought. This is not about some affirmations or techniques. We are simply gonna go deeply into a meditative state, into a state of simply looking and investigating, and we're gonna discover something that perhaps we haven't seen before. Because as long as you think you have to deal with controlling people in your life or with people who try to manipulate you in any kind of way, we stay on guard and we trying to adjust our behavior towards them, and it takes all of our time. And by time I mean thoughts. We just can't stop thinking about how to be in. And this meditation will simply take you to a space of being effortlessly at ease, and you find this self-respect and self-acceptance very effortlessly. It's not done by thinking. It simply appears when we really look. So I want you to invite you to find really comfortable position where you can be super present with yourself. Also, if you would like to go even deeper, especially around guilt or anything that you think in your life that you shouldn't have done, shouldn't have said, that will you missed some opportunity, I really want to invite you to try and go on this journey with Mindflix, which is basically a movie, a story you're going to be watching on your mind screen. The link is in the description. And the reason why I'm really so passionate about this is because when you have some guilt or regrets, we just don't think about it. We want to just move on in our lives. But what happens is that we just become very careful. And we try to think about how to be. And so we don't have to be that. You can be in a place effortlessly where, as if you were living in the world where the mistake never happened. So this is Mindflix. Get into the time machine tonight and just start watching. And if you feel like there is nothing that you feel guilty about or nothing that you regret, let's move on to this meditation, which is gonna be deep inquiry about self-respect and self-acceptance. Start relaxing your body and just preparing to be completely present. Leave everything behind that's on your mind and just see what it feels like to be completely here, completely present, with nothing to do, just listening to my voice effortlessly. And this meditation is not about thinking or trying to figure some solution out in your mind. It's really giving your mind a break, and we'll focus on simply looking. And I will help you with this. I will guide you with some questions so you can discover that something that will stop you avoiding those controlling people, which is very painful and very time consuming in our thoughts. And as you are relaxing into just being, perhaps relaxing all the tension in your shoulders and in your jaw, you can sit straight or lie down. I do recommend sitting up straight, just to bring more presence into your looking. And close your eyes. Close your eyes effortlessly and let yourself be guided in this moment. Occasionally you may hear the sound of the bell, which is just an invitation or a reminder to simply come back into simply being. From the thoughts and thinking, come into being, just like this. And I want you to invite you to think of a situation where you felt you didn't have, someone was either manipulating you or controlling you, or perhaps you felt very uncomfortable and you felt like he didn't have enough love for you, love, respect, or acceptance in that moment. Perhaps he didn't know what to say, how to be. You feel this contraction in your body. You can think of it in a general sense, but if you can find a specific situation, this meditation is going to be a little more powerful for you. And once you have this situation with somebody, I want you to simply relax even deeper in your body and simply notice, are you sitting down or are you just standing, or just notice you being in that space where you lost self-respect or you felt like you betrayed yourself. And relax even deeper. Just see what would that feel like for a moment. Relax your body, and in that moment, let everyone simply reject you. I know it might sound like the last thing you would like to do, but try to stay with this. Just try this on. What would that feel like? Simply let whatever is happening, let it happen. If there is anyone who is rejecting you or trying to reject you in any way, they might have some bad thoughts or opinions about you. They might not let you say certain things or feel certain things. So for a moment, just relax even deeper. Relax like a candle wax. Just your body's becoming warm and relaxed. See what it feels like. And also notice that really the worst thing that can happen to you in that moment is just having maybe uncomfortable sensation in your body. And relax even deeper, relax your belly. Simply there, but this time just completely relaxed, without trying to control anything at all. And just noticing the sensations, or noticing the thoughts. It's like if time stopped in that moment, now you have all the time in the world to simply relax and be and notice. What does it feel like when you actually let them to reject you? Just let them. Let them to think whatever they want, as if we had control over that anyway. And in your direct experience, can you really know what are they thinking? Where are they coming from? Can you ever really know? And just relax a little bit more into this not knowing. Relax your spine, your arms, relax your being, relax your thinking. And in this moment, when you feel relaxed and present, simply looking without judging your experience in any way, without trying to control anything or anyone, including yourself in your thinking. In that space of softness and openness and patience, simply notice if there is anything at all that perhaps you missed before when you tried to control the situation. And one thing that perhaps we miss sometimes is that whoever ever tries to control you in any way, which is always just a perception, unless they tie you down and really try to make you to do something, usually we're just perceiving that other people are controlling us. And so in that moment, what is the opportunity here? What is it that you haven't noticed? Perhaps you haven't noticed that whoever is trying to control you is actually giving you the opportunity to share who you really are. Or to ask some questions. Because when we feel that somebody is manipulating us, we shrink and we put up this self-image about us and we try to defend it, control it. So in this moment, forget about who you are or who you think you should be in this moment, and simply and effortlessly just look what you can share in that moment. The ego or the self-image always makes assumptions. So that's why sharing in reality from the space of softness without defending the false self-identity, it's just a kind of a different cookie. And when I say share who you are, what I mean in this moment, it's not a story about you. In the story there is always good or bad, better or worse. Simply share who you are without time, without story, across time. Who you are in your life. Maybe you are somebody who likes to have your own space sometimes. That's simply who you are. Maybe you are somebody who doesn't eat animals. That's simply who you are. And every time when we feel or think that other people are trying to control us, it's an opportunity to share who you really are. Just tell them. And you don't have to figure it out in your mind right now what it is. The sharing simply comes without the self-image that we're trying to protect at all costs. When we let other people judge us, because it's recognized that there is no way of knowing what they really think or where they really coming from. Without them and without you thinking that someone is controlling you, you wouldn't have this opportunity to really share, because they don't know. They don't know who you really are, what are your real preferences, what you want, what you don't want. You're just assuming they should know. But of course they shouldn't, because they don't. And in that can soften and deepen even deeper, really without trying to figure this out. Just feeling if any gratitude comes up for that opportunity that perhaps you have been missing in your life. That perhaps you have stayed silent before. Didn't want to say anything. Didn't want to say anything wrong. Or just were afraid that you would lose it. So in this soft being, just looking, just feel that perhaps there is an opportunity for you to ask questions from the space of non-judgment, from space of pure curiosity. Perhaps there is always an opportunity to share a little bit more about who you are. Just tell them, and they will either like it or they will move on without you. And if that happens, it's always a big blessing, as you are spared of those people that would always try to either control you, and you would always try to control them, because none of you really know where you're coming from and who you really are. What are your standards in life? What do you really settle for? And what are you really ready not to settle for? Simply sharing. Let them reject you, as that's always a big blessing. It's never about them. There's always an opportunity for you to come back to your free nature, which is generous with sharing from a place of not controlling, just providing information, just to dispel all the assumptions that we have that keep us in the deceptive timeline or story that we believe and try to protect at all costs. Relaxing deeper, opening more, and your meditation is almost over. You can choose to stay in this place, state, wherever you are for a few more moments. Or you can let us know in the comments how was your experience. If there was anything that came up for you, that would be interesting perhaps for others to hear about as well. Thank you for taking this time to look a little bit deeper, and I will see you next in my next video.